side, that means I'm colluding against the other. Yes or no, Mr. Crucell? No, you have to answer my question. Contempt number one, $100. Answer my question. Every time I rule in favor of one side, does that mean I'm colluding against the other? Yes or no? $200. Yes or no? Because I can do this all damn day. And when I get tired of this game, then I tell them to put you in custody because it's contempt of court, criminal contempt in my view.
Yes.
It is. All right. So now, any argument you make from there, I'm going to deny because that's an unreasonable position you're taking. Judges, by definition, have to decide in favor of one party or the other. That's what we do.
Right. When you made that statement, you were making...
What statement is that? I thought we were talking about Judge Green's SOS statement.
When you made this statement that you were setting aside my regular trial, saying that you're saying that the prosecutor, the township, and the court all see things the same way, setting it outside, not even allowing me to make my argument. So you were aligning yourself with the prosecution on the argument of my way and setting it aside, and that's what you were doing.
Mr. Crucell, what I was doing was aligning myself with the law as I see it and interpret it. Stop. You can't just shake your head. You don't just disagree with me and move on. If you don't like a ruling from a judge, you have to appeal that ruling. You don't keep arguing with the ruling. That's not the way the process works. Listen, brother, listen. I have tried to save you from yourself. If you remember the first time you were in my courtroom, I tried to get you to see things the way the process was going to move forward. Because, dude, this process is going forward the way I want it to move forward. You might not like that, but I'm in charge of the courtroom. And at the end of the day, if you don't like anything I do, you can appeal me. That's why they have circuit courts. But I'm not going to let you make this a dog and pony show, especially when we've got jurors here.
Dog and pony show. This court has failed to let me make any of my statements, any of my cases. You even were trying to threaten me with contempt. Anytime I tried,
I am threatening you with contempt.
My objection on the make my things.
No, because third contempt. Do not interrupt me. When I said your objections don't mean shit to me is because you were using the word objection inappropriately. You objected every time I disagreed with you. If you have an objection, you have to have a legal basis for the objection. For example, she's trying to put a video into evidence. And you say, I object, Judge. She hasn't laid a proper foundation because all she said is, Judge, I've got a video. I'd like to play it for the jury. That's a proper legal objection. When I rule in her favor and you say, I object, and I say, what's your objection? And you just disagree with me, that's not a legal objection. That's why I said your objections mean shit to me because you're not using the word appropriately. Because you don't know what you're doing. That's what I tried to tell you originally the first time you were here. You've never been to law school. You've never tried a case. You don't know the rules of evidence and all the other things that have to be in play to have a trial go forward appropriately and properly, and to be perfectly honest, in your best interest.
And you're trying to spin the sheriff's office.
I'm not spinning.
My objection is based on you not allowing me to do it. And that's what you told me when you addressed me.
Okay. All right. So let's do it this way. What motion would you like to address first? The motion to postpone? Denied. I'm not denying the jury trial.
Especially with the jurisdiction, she never wants to it's on the why is it on the prosecutor to prove those things? There's all sorts of irregularities.
All right, let me stop you for a minute. What do you mean you're not going to proceed? You're here.
Everything is taking place now shows the extent everything that there is enough to show you need to proceed.
Once again, you're not answering the question I asked. You just said you will not participate, and I asked, what do you mean by that? I'm not asking you to explain your reasoning. I want to know, what does that mean? I'm not going to proceed with this. You're here. So when I impanel the jury, what? You're just going to sit there and not going to talk? What does it mean when you say you're not going to participate?
Go through until these things get addressed. All of my issues that have been ignored this entire time, especially excluding people.
Once again, if motion and I deny it, it's been addressed. You might not like the way it's been addressed, but then you have to appeal it.
That's the point of me getting all my objections.
All right, what's your objection? What's your objection to me denying your motion to postpone this trial at the last minute?
Like put on record that if whatever you would like to do from there, you can, because I don't until these things. Like I say,
hold on. Is this Statement proceeding, all these motions you filed?
I
Okay, then let me make my ruling on all of them. I think there's a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, correct? Okay. Would you like to respond to that one? Because I think that's already been addressed.
Please arrested Mr. Purcell while he was in Huron Township, but Bigger District Court has jurisdiction over offenses that occur within the township, both civil and criminal and
Did you appeal Judge Green's decision on that motion?
I'm investigating because I've been in contact with the appeals.
Okay, so there's no appeal filed yet, correct?
Getting all the
I'll take that as a yes. There's no appeal filed. That motion is denied then. She made the ruling. You don't get to ask me to make the same ruling. Once again, don't interrupt me because I can go to 4 real quick. Judge Green, a judge in this court, ruled on that exact motion and denied your motion. That motion has not yet been appealed, and it certainly doesn't get appealed to me. Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Next motion. Motion to
The judge can't just come in here and say that there's
yes, the judge can. Listen to me. Then appeal her to circuit court. A judge made a ruling. You don't get to keep arguing that same motion.
All she said was that Judge Martin was sending a sign and that I should go sue the Secretary of State. The things that she's claiming and saying were never said to me. And anybody have all the recordings and were submitted to the court. These things were never said to me. And then she comes in here and makes these accusations and saying that the judge said this, judge said that.
Fine. Then I'll say the same. I'll say the same thing to you. Listen to me. Here, on your motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, denied. By me, you can appeal me. Because the reason she stated, the Township of Huron issued you a citation. This court has jurisdiction over citations issued by the Township of Huron. So for that reason, I'm prepared to move forward and adjudicate that citation. Is that clear enough so you can appeal my decision?
Fine.
Okay. Next one up is motion to reconsider for bias and judicial misconduct. Denied. Would you like me to clarify that in any way?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All the reasons I've stated, there's
Okay. Then guess what? The Court of Appeals can overturn me because I'm not biased to you. You might not like the way I talk to you. You might not like the things I say to you, but I'm not biased against you. Believe it or not, brother, I would like to save you from what's going to happen today. I really would. Because here's my dude, let me talk. You have turned what should be a fairly minor misdemeanor and civil infraction situation into a huge mess. I don't think it's going to end well for you. I tried to save you from that the first day you were here when I tried to convince you to have some conversation with a court-appointed attorney, and you didn't want to do all that. I know in my heart of hearts, I have no ill feeling towards you whatsoever. And I'm going to give you the best trial I can give you today if you decide to participate. But I am not going to let you drag things in front of this jury that I determine are not relevant because that's my job as the gatekeeper after the judge over the trial. I'm not going to let you get into a bunch of arguments that I think are just going to cloud issues if I don't think they're relevant. That's my job as the judge, not because I don't like Mr. Crucell. It's because my job as a judge is to run this trial efficiently and effectively. And I'm going to do that. And if I do that, I anticipate I'm going to step all over your toes and your beliefs. But that doesn't mean I don't like you or I have bias against you. So I am denying your motion to recuse myself. Anything else you want to put on the record so you can appeal that decision? Once again, stop. That's an improper use of an objection. What you want to say is, I disagree with that, which is fine. That's why you appeal it to the circuit court. But it's not an objection. What's your legal objection to my ruling? That's not a legal objection to a ruling. That's not a legal objection. So that's 2 motions down. The next one is motion for relief from judgment. I'm assuming that's Judge Martin's decision to set aside your defaults. All right. Do you really want me to grant that motion? Because if I grant your motion, that means the default that was set aside, defaults that were set aside are reinstated. Is that really what you want today?
Well, listen, that's what I'm saying.
Mr. Purcell, yes or no? You filed a motion asking me to set aside a decision that was made. Do you really want me to set that decision aside? Because that means those civil infractions are then in default.
Kabi yahan inzani jazbat bi faisla kar dit hain. Ek ma, ek chodi si bachi, or ek mamoli parking ticket. Lekin kahani itni simple nahi jitni lagdi hai. Indagiani is ma esi bohat kuch chin liya. Lekin uski himat, uska sabr, or uski maskurahat nahi chin saki. Aaj surf ticket dismissed nahi hua. Aaj insania cheat gai.